Alright, the first game is between Gambit Esports and Chaos Mountain Gamers. Gambit starts with a Morgana ban, and KLG responds with a Kaisa ban. This could indicate a heavy priority on the bot lane by both teams, but we'll see. Gambit follows it up with a Cow ban, and KLG bans Caitlyn. So far, they both seem to be attacking the bot lane, but at different parts. KLG is focusing on ADC, and Gambit was focusing on support. They banned Skarner, which will restrict the tier 1 jungle pool decently. And KLG's final ban of the first phase is... could be something like Ezreal? Or... Bird. Kira is somewhat known for Anivia, I guess. Not expected. Okay, Gambit starts off with a recon pick. This is gonna either force KLG to take Xayah or give over the Lovers duo. But this is interesting because usually you will see Xayah as the first pick, not Rakan. KLG responds with Karma. That could be Karma mid. And Sion. Sion can be flexed to either top or mid. I really don't like this new UI. It's a little annoying to try to read. I will speed up once through picks and bans, and Gambit will complete the Lovers duo with Xayah. Not sure who I'd reply with as KLG here. Maybe something like Jhin or even Kog'Maw, since I already have Karma. I'm thinking Sion's probably gonna be top. I like Trundle for Gambit. It's a flex pick to either jungle or top lane, and he can become a split pushing monster. KLG will take Graves as their jungle pick. That's interesting. Haven't seen Graves for a while as a tier 1 pick. It's primarily been focused on tank jungles. And Vlad is KLG's first ban in the second phase. And Gambit will ban Tristana. Good ban. Probably the hyper carry left on the board with no safety. And KLG bans Orb. So they obviously believe that's a Trundle in the jungle. Because otherwise there's not really a reason to ban Orn. And Gambit will finish off with the Braum ban. Once again, just restricting the ability of Fix to go full on hyper carry. Jhin would be probably the last of the tier 1 ADCs available here, outside maybe Varus, but Varus did receive some fairly extensive changes. Gambit takes Galio. Galio's a real good pick here. It provides strong area denial via his ulti, and it's a safer pick. Even into Sion, it should be fine. But they seem to think that's a Karma mid, which would explain all the support bans. And GP final pick, so that will be a Trundle in the jungle. Galio will be the only source of AP damage, so Sion will likely have heavy itemization towards armor. And a Leona. That's interesting. Leona and Jin kind of work together, but I'm personally a fan of Leona more with a front loaded damage source. Jin is restricted by the attacks that he can land per second, which is a fixed number, unlike an ADC that a crit ADC like Caitlyn, Tristana, Varus, to a lesser extent Kog'Maw, but Kog'Maw more builds hybrid set. It's an interesting setup. Personally, I think I prefer Gambits, but it's hard to know if these teams are going to be equal or not in terms of regional strength, because these are two of the wild card type regions. So strength can vary wildly across those teams compared to much more uniform strength in the LCK, the LPO, and so on, where basically every team is at least decent. Alright, let's speed her up a bit. We should zoom out a bit more. It's kind of annoying. Okay, looks like right now we just have a standard river start, making a fence across the line. 2 wards are down for blue, 1 for red. Looks like red. Yep, they snuck in a ward to the blue buff of blue. I doubt anything will be done with that in terms of a steal, but it will allow them to keep specific track on the jungle. And no exact timers. Interesting. Blue just invaded red here. And red should know that. Nope. Fixed, caught, dead. They let Swell go away, but this was a mistake. Right here, they have vision of blue buff. They know nobody's there. They have no vision of anyone on blue team. They should be being wary right now. Instead, they push too far forward. Rakan is able to land a perfect hop on Fix, and Jin goes down. Very well done. A little risky to try and invade that early. Tearwolf should take the blue back. It's unlikely that Trundle will want to duel Graves at level 2. And yep, looks like they'll just trade halves of the jungle for now. But Gambit got the extra kill. And they forced out both summoners from Fix. This is really important because Leona is not designed to play in a farm lane. She wants to get ahead, and she wants to get ahead hard. That was an extremely important kill. Kira got a nice bit of damage on Plugo, but he's able to retaliate in turn. And Diamond is just keeping that part of the jungle as his own. Good taunt there. Saved his life. If Galio doesn't have that taunt to split them there, they can collapse on him. And And Karma burns TP. Galio already had to. I would expect this to be a game that Karma could rush Banner of Command, because Galio will have a very tough time clearing out a banner minion. Right now she just has Tier, which will likely become Archangels. Trundle's moving to the top. Scion has no idea what's coming, but he senses there's something wrong. And Trundle's gonna get nothing for his trouble. Good recall. Steos probably tipped him off somehow. Edward gets back. And for no summoners blown. That's really good. To get away from a 2v3 with no summoners blown is impressive. Oh, Tearwolf didn't check the bush. He's completely spotted. This could be a collapse. Nope. Fugo has enough pressure that Kira can't roam. Every time he tries to roam, Karma is just shoving another wave right down his throat. And neutering Galio's roam is incredibly important. This is a really good collapse. This could be first turret if they can follow it up. Oh no, this is going to get turned. That's impressive. That's really impressive. Okay, so to start with, it's 4-on-2. It's good route there that delays for a second. Swell misses his E. The instant Swell misses his E, they needed to get out. And Gangplank drops his ulti right on top of all of them. Okay. So Swell right here is basically nearly dead. Just from the turret, essentially. And they're able to give that kill over to Xayah. And then Trundle's able to get Tearwolf, even though they were probably trying to give that to Kira with the Galio ulti. And this might not be over. No, this is over. But they force another summoner out from Karma's Splash, and they'll get Infernal. That was a really well played turnaround. Gambit right now is pretty decently in control of this game. They'll have Infernal and they'll have about a 1.5k lead. And personally, they have the better scaling late game team comp. Rakan is more useful than Leona late game. And Xayah is more of a traditional ADC than Jhin. They lack any true traditional sustained damage on the part of KLG, since both Graves and Jhin have reload mechanics, which will cause natural lulls in the fights. Okay, let's speed her back up. Right now, yeah, Xayah's gonna be pretty decently ahead fairly quickly here. She has a kill and 2 assists, so probably about 600 gold up on Jhin. Karma might be the saving grace of this game for KLG if she can find a way to get first turret. That would be huge, but Galio's starting to get his items and can actually clear waves now. That's why I kind of expected a Banner of Command rush. Scion is mass stacking cloth vests, cloth armor, and has a dark seal. This is interesting. Tearwolf's just sitting in the bush waiting, seeing if they go in on him. They have no vision of him, but they don't go in. GP has a pretty decent farm lead, and he's got Kleptomancy, so he already has his full Trinity Force. That's gonna hurt. Scion did get his Ninja Tabi though, which are still fairly broken in terms of reducing physical damage. Okay. They may have dived a bit too deep here. Zaya goes down. Galio should go down. Jin got 2. Graves got 1. And Edward will just get out. Okay, but because of Trinity Force, Gambit's going to get first brick. Trinity Force GP is so much damage. GP is now very strongly ahead. He got solo gold. Turret. Looks like Diamond's gonna start off Rift Herald. GP can probably screen Scion away. Maybe not. They don't know who's gonna collapse. This is probably gonna reset. Yep. And both bot lane turrets should now go down. So, despite a really nice play by KLG when Gambit dived way too deep, Gambit still has nearly a 3k gold lead and Infernal. If they can get Cloud, that would help roaming quite a bit. GP is going to be an absolute monster though. He's now 20 CS up, 2 assists, and a full first brick turret. All to himself. Another pickaxe. So he'll probably go IE, I think. Probably Trinity Force into IE. Maybe. It could be Sterix. Oh, nice catch. Both junglers are what? How did Diamond get away? Okay, Scion just stopped chasing him. I guess he was worried about Steos showing up. There we go. Now that's working again. Oh, Booba free set. Right now, it's still holding pretty steady at a 3k gold lead. Doesn't look like Karma's gonna build banner at all. Archangel, free boots, and a mana charm so far. Both Xayah and Jhin are going Essence Reaver builds. Oh, that was a really nice collapse by Sion. But nope, they're not going to get anything for it. They might get Rift Herald, but no kills. And Stehos is here. Oh, can't eat that Sion. Q. Oh, wow. Leona went way too deep and just got completely knocked up by Rakan, and Xayah finished it. KLG is really pressing here. They can feel the game is slipping out of their reach. They have a huge wave pushing in bot, but GP will just clear that all with one barrel and get a ton of cash for it. GP is almost the entirety of their lead, pretty much. Let's see. I just showed it for a sec. Yeah, it's GP has like 3k of it, and Rakan has a 600 gold lead. Edward's Rakan has been very impressive, and Baron is now up. GP is absolutely huge now, and he has Hysterics, so it's going to be much harder to just 1v1 him down. Gambit needs to get this last turret down, and they do, and now the map is pretty much completely unlocked for them. And they pick up Leona on the way, no, not the way out, because they're able to push a little bit more with the Rift Herald and get down about 2/3 of the second tier turret health in mid. So let's see here. Yeah, Leona does not do well in a losing game. She's made to go in and just go, 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 not to sit back and protect. Right now, Gambit definitely has this game pretty well in hand. They're a little over 5k up. GP is just a monster. He can basically split push pretty much to their turrets at this point. And Sion can't stop him. Other people have to collapse to help Sion. Even with a frozen heart, GP just does way too much damage, and Sterix will let him 1v1 easily. Looks like he's building an Essence Reaver now. After that, might CIE? I'm not sure yet. Trendo has a much more supportive focus build than I usually see from him. He has Zeke's instead of running things like a Ravenous Hydra. But that's just a difference between jungle and lane Trundle for the most part. He doesn't have the gold to support that full split push playstyle in jungle, and GP is already providing basically all the split push they could need. Galio is able to clear waves at this point too. And wow. Yeah, this game should be basically over. Forced 3 on his flash there and got Graves clean. They should be able to Baron, or at the very least bait it. Tearwolf's down for another 25 seconds. I think if you're gonna run a comp like this, you really need some more sustained damage. Maybe swap the Jhin for a Kog'Maw. That might have helped a lot. I don't like the Graves pick. Swap the Jhin for a Kog'Maw and maybe pick up something like Sejuani. Or something with decent CC. That doesn't take time to go off. Because the biggest issue with the Sion pick is the late game that Q takes way too long to go off. And you have to be in the midst, taking damage. Gambit will play this safe, but they should win this. They have 7.5k gold lead at this point. Even if it was a lot on GP, it doesn't matter because he can spread his impact across the map. Nice dodge there of the Q. And Galio's here. GP might actually die. Yep. But GP for Baron? Yeah, that's worth. That was an interesting play call here. Okay. So KLG absolutely has to react to GP here or they're losing an inhib turret. The rest of Gambit is staying in the jungle. Sion comes, deals with GP. Right there, they see Graves for for a split second. Because it's right when Graves goes past the edge of the blue minions line of sight that Kira starts channeling his TP. And Stehos keeps going in with 3 people on him because he knows that will let his team get Baron. And there is nothing they can do to stop that Baron because Graves, the only person with a smite, is all the way across the map. Kira just forced Karma's flash. Gambit should be able to close it out here. They've got a bannered up cannon minion. It's just a matter of protecting it. You got the cannon. But now GP is pushing. They do have decent wave clear. Sion has good wave clear, so does Jhin. But Gambit's just too far ahead. Right now they can just dive under turret and it doesn't matter. That's why I don't like Graves as a jungle pick in competitive. Because unless you get ahead early, he's just not that good. He doesn't bring utility. He's just pure damage. And Gambit wins game 1 of MSI.